Okay, something's wrong. I started streaming and hold on. It's just a black screen. Okay, let's at least try and get my camera up here. Yeah. Okay. Huh. Maybe hold on. It could have been because I was using it on Discord. This is literally just a black screen. This is so funny. Video capture device. There it is. There I am. Hi. All right, actually I'm huge. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. I'm gonna be down here. And then now let's I thought this was already like up and working. No, I don't need display, I need window capture. I can get rid of that. Unless you all want to see the OBS setup. There we go. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. That's funny. All right, so you all should be able to see my screen and everything. And then now I'm gonna join this voice chat. Okay. Can I use my camera? I should be able to use my camera on both. Oh. Video? Oh. Huh. It's not letting me use my OBS camera, or not OBS camera. It's not letting me use my camera on Discord since I'm using it on OBS. That's odd. It used to not work that way. I used to just be able to do that. Oh well. Let me get some stuff going here before we actually start the editing. Yeah, okay. I might edit for like an hour, and then I might play rematch. This could turn into a both and kind of deal. I'm texting one of my friends and coworkers because he gets off in an hour. So, and he mentioned about playing a rematch to me earlier. This could. All right. And then I guess the only other thing to talk about, aside from editing, is when I was live streaming yesterday, my friend Dean. Am I still in the Discord actually? Hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm in the Discord call. He clipped the part where I was talking about Dua Lipa getting engaged and made a YouTube short out of it. So I'll let me actually post that in the server or not server in the YouTube chat so you guys could see it. Copy. Oh wait, did that just go to his channel? Okay, no, that went to the video. All right, sweet. So, all right, let's do this editing here. So we're at about the 45-minute marker of this video out of this 2.5 hour long video. We're right here. We're almost halfway. We are almost halfway. I almost got done doing this. Okay.
1 through 4 would have had a Poochyena, a Dredagon,
We need to go there.
and an Esper.
Bum 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 bum.
Using those 3 in doubles, and then singles would have also had a Swirlix,
Ah, okay.
Swirlix, Eliana
Is this not Eliana?
would have had a Poochie. Aliana
Okay,
between
yeah.
Eliana between Gyms through 4 would have had a Mightyena, a Dredagon, this being the Colossian Dredagon, obviously, and a Meowstic, using those 3 in doubles. And then our final Pokemon when playing against her just one-on-one would have been a Slurpuff.
Man, I spent like the maximum amount of effort and like breath explaining the most simplest thing. I really did. Okay.
Using those 3 in doubles. And then our final Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh, that's a long break. So obviously, I recorded this in one take, which is kind of insane to just sit for like 2.5 hours and just read off of a script for 2.5 hours. But what also was happening was I was using this headset as my mic, and after so long, it would just like after a while, my headset would just turn off. So there's a couple spots in here where like my voice just goes away because my mic went off, and so I've been trimming those too.
All right, so now we're going to talk about some more, I guess, specifics of the story that we're going to dive into. So in front of me, I have the actual like dialogue of all of the events of the main game. And so the way that games work in like RPG Maker and
Actually, I need to do something else. I need to do it to all these on top. Visual effects, border. Thick border. Give it a black border. Yeah. And then these backgrounds too. Oh wait. Undo. I want this to be like hazier. Yeah, motion blur might be what I want. Intensity. Let's see.
would have had Houndour, Weavile, and Skrelp using those 3 in doubles. Out of there, all frustrated in the like relaxed Hunchback to Makuhita, stuck out in the mountains and kind of shunned away from society.
Okay. I don't know. I guess that worked. Maybe what I want to do. I guess I want to like lower the brightness too, maybe? Like get rid of some of the color? No, I'll do that actually. There we go. It can have normal saturation. No, I want it to be bright actually. I like its kind of muted look for like a background. I like that muted look. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. Okay. Zoom back in here.
All right, so now we're going to talk about some more, I guess, specific
I already know what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to look up like the specific towns where some of these events happen, and I'm basically gonna be puppeteering this a lot. This is gonna be kind of Okay. Hmm. How do I want to do this? Vanderville town. This is the main town. Okay. So I guess I'll just snap a picture of this. LOL. YouTube, PPZ, background, images. Okay.
Of the story that we're going to dive into. So in front of me, I have the actual like dialogue of all of the events of the main game. And so the way that games work in like RPG Maker and stuff is anytime something like triggers or happens, we call that an event. And then you have to label the event something. So like event 1 is like talking to an NPC. Event 2 is the NPC moving and stuff like that, right? So I have a total of like 60 some events here. But some of this is just like dialogue of like, oh, what name are you going to do? Are you a boy or a girl? You know, stuff like that. So we're going to skip to the things that are relevant to the story. So, of course, you guys move to Kalos during your birthday week.
Okay. Is there a way that I can organize these images? Because they're just all sitting in my media bin on my. I don't think there's another way for me to edit them or for me to sort them. Oh my god, nope. Matter of fact, that probably made it worse. I have that. I have that. I have this. And nope. I have this where it's just one image at a time. That's horrible. It's gotta be this. Or maybe, what's this? Oh, from top to bottom, from bottom to top. Okay. Maybe I can sort by date added rather than by type. Oh, that's gonna do all of them. And then today. Okay. That still won't be as bad. Well, no, actually. I should just do this. I should just suck it up and do it by type. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to be pulling images from different things. And like I'll need an image that was from before today. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. Let's throw Kalos up here.
So we're going to skip to the things that are relevant to the story. So, of course,
We're going to put it there.
you guys move to Kalos during your birthday week. Your mom says, listen,
I need Vanville already, which is actually going to be all the way down here. Ultimate weapon. Where the fuck is the letter V? Or is it just actually labeled image? What did it download as? Images.jpg. So funny. Images.jpg. Yeah, this is totally fine.
if you guys move to Kalos during your birthday week. Your mom says, listen, I'm sorry we moved on.
Okay. Here's how. Yeah, this is gonna be such a mess. Part of me's considering making this two separate videos, one where I just talk about like all the gameplay stuff and one where I talk about the story. I mean, this one video would stop at 45 minutes. I don't know. I don't know. I could premiere this video with it being really long. It's not super well edited. Um so like it would just be a premiere for the sake of it being a premiere. I don't even remember the mod. It was all the way down here at the bottom. Grace. Her name was Grace. Okay. So she's got to be actually around here. Yep, there you are.
Scenario here in Kalos for kids.
OBS disconnected. OBS reconnected. Okay, I don't know what that was about. Huh. How much of a delay is there now? I can't tell. Okay. Alright, yeah, I'm still going.
On their birthday to receive a Pokemon. You won't believe this, but I managed to speak with the professor over the phone this morning. He said that he would love to treat you with a Pokemon for your birthday.
This is really going to be almost 2 hours of me just reading off the script from the game that we were working on.
He's going to be sending his assistant Bonnie with some Pokemon for you to select from. You should be able to find her outside of Vanderbilt.
See, that's where my mic died.
You should be able.
Stupid Jake. Stupid Jake.
From. You should be able to find her outside Vanderbilt town. I believe she's also bringing a friend of hers along too. Next up, you receive your starter by running into Bonnie.
Okay, so see on the this is one thing that I actually like better about MacBooks is specifically with this program, which is what I grew up using on a MacBook. There was a way that you could trim cut, but here there's not. It's not a feature that exists on Windows. Like to cut it at I can't even split the clip on right click. Cut, delete, show properties, media bins, group, duration. I can't do that. I have to go all the way here and I have to split, which I could do with Command S, I guess. Or I can jump. On the Mac version, no, that's save actually. Is it Shift S? Or is it just S? Oh, it's just S. Okay. On the Mac version, you can like do a trim to cut thing.
He's going to be sending his assistant Bonnie with some Pokemon for you to select from. You should be able to find her outside Vanderbilt town. I believe she's also bringing a friend of hers along too. Next up, you receive your...
Okay, so that's... Boom.
Next up, you receive your starter by running into Bonnie and...
I talk about the characters like way up here, I think. Yeah. Bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna work 2.5. I'm gonna work so long on this video just for it to get copyright flagged.
Next up, you receive your starter boy, then you run into the girl, and so on. I don't really know what to call her. I guess we'll assume that you pick the boy, so you pick Carson, so then the girl is Stella.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut there. Okay. And this is like gonna be from the POV of the player, so I'm not gonna have the player character on screen.
So on. I don't really know what to call.
What I am gonna need, I already know, are the starters. Oh, no, we're all the way over here.
Then you run into the girl and so on. I don't really know what to call her. I guess we'll assume that you pick the boy, so you pick Carson, so then the girl is Stella. So, okay, so you run into Bonnie. Bonnie says, "You must be Carson, right?"
We're gonna move all the way over here.
So, okay, so you run into Bonnie. Bonnie says, "You must be Carson, right?" The professor told me about your situation. Stella and I were actually going to be
Stella's here
about
too.
your situation. Stella and I were actually going to be getting our starters today too, so I figured I would just bring the starters all down here. And then Stella says, "Hi, nice to meet you." And then there's just some kind of like awkward silence. And Bonnie says, "Well, rather than just staring awkwardly, giving you a starter and then we all leaving, why don't we get to know each other? What's a fun fact about yourself? Favorite color? Oh, favorite Pokemon type?" Stella says, "How about we just do this after we get our starters? Then all 6 of us can converse together." Meaning, you all individually and then your starters. So you pick your starter and blah, blah, blah. Stella, of course, picks the one that's stronger to yours, while Bonnie picks the one weaker to yours.
Do I just have another awkward silent moment there? Yep. Hotkeys, my friend.
After you get your starter, you then have to against, I guess Stella. I'll just call her Stella. So you have to fight Stella, and then I think that's it. So after both Stella and Bonnie leave,
Oh yeah, this is cool. I like this actually. I'm always impressed with myself going back to this project because we did a really good job with like the plot and how we integrated it and stuff too. And like I said, we took a good amount of inspiration from Tam Valley Productions, so his work is just phenomenal. Go to Lysander. Right there.
or I guess as we're walking out of Aquacord for the very first time, a strange red-haired man, or I guess you start like walking past him. He doesn't approach you. He just happens to be there. So he turns around and spots you. Excuse.
Actually, I guess in hindsight, one thing that we didn't actually really do was the AZ plotline. That is one thing we kind of, it was more of a subplot. Um, like it happens in the background.
Excuse me, young boy or young girl, whatever. May I ask you something? Would you say that Kalos is beautiful?
This is creepy stalker energy, like for real.
And then I guess the game would like give you prompts of like, "I just moved here, bro," or like, "Yeah, I guess I just moved here," or whatever. You would basically tell him that you just moved here. Oh, you just moved here. I see. Congratulations on the move. I am thrilled to be the first person to welcome you to Kalos then. Say, is that a Pokemon? I assume you plan on taking on the gym challenges. Fascinating. Well, if that is the case, you will no doubt be traveling all over the region then. I'm sure I'll be meeting you again too. Perhaps I may ask you that
Oh,
question at another time.
this is a work call. I gotta get this. Does that work? Alright, I'll be back. Alright. I am back. Had to take that work call. So essentially, I mean, this is like okay stuff to like talk about. I work for a school, and so over the summers we use our campus, our facilities to host like summer camps and stuff. And the city I'm in just lost power a little bit ago, and so the big boss of my department called me to let me know to tell the camp crew that the city's lost power and there's nothing we can do about it. So,
Oh, you haven't heard of us. That is fine. We developed that bracelet that I just gave you, alongside the past research of Professor Sycamore, of course. Here, take this too. and he hands you the Holocaster. That is a Holocaster. It is the primary communication device here in Kalos. I'm sure you will find it useful. Well, I should be going. It was a pleasure to meet you, and I hope you enjoy your newfound home in Kalos. And then he leaves, and then later you run into your rival again, you have to fight your rival, and blah blah blah. Communication device here in Kalos. I'm sure you run into your rival again. You have to fight your rival, and blah 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 blah. Gym challenges, blah 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 blah. Reviving the fossil, blah blah blah. Meets the professor, blah blah blah. Here we go. Meeting the professor.
I just jump all the way to the professor. Okay, that's funny.
You run into your rival again, you have to fight your rival, and blah 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 blah. Gym challenges, blah 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 blah. Reviving the fossil, blah blah blah. Meets the professor, blah blah blah. Here we go. Meeting the professor.
Now I need a Lumio City. Da 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 visual effects, remove a color. Need to remove that black. Did it not take? There it goes. Did a pretty good job. Sweet.
Ah, hello there. You must be Carson. I am Professor Trevor.
That was
Nice to
loud.
meet you. It seems you and your starter are getting along just fine then. I wanted to ask you both a favor, both being Bonnie, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, okay, Bonnie's there too. Man, I'm a fantastic narrator. Bum, ba, da, bum, 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 ba, da, bum, bum, bum.
Recent being Bonnie.
I should like add a caption that says, "Okay, guess I'm here too."
If you wouldn't mind. Well, you see, you know my research is primarily just regarding general Pokemon research. Recently, however, I've been given the funding to work towards something more specialized. What does that mean? Says Bonnie. It means that while I will still be researching Pokemon on a grand scale, I can focus on specific topics like Pokemon evolution, Pokemon breeding, habitats, and more. Plenty of research has already been done by
Hey,
other
no!
great researchers
No!
in my field, so
No! My dog was eating my phone charger. Fetch!
I would like to
Wow.
contribute something unique. Speaking of which, there is something of a Pokemon research conference happening soon. If you both are interested in assisting me in my research, I'm sure you'll be able to attend the conference as well. You'll be able to meet the other researchers there and see some of the results of their research.
Foreshadowing. This is also going to be the way that you're supposed to get other starters in the game. is you meet the professors at this conference, and you kind of like save their life a little bit, and as a reward, they let you pick which starter from their region.
Bonnie says, "Oh, this sounds like fun," and you kind of have to do it. The professor says, "Well, for starters, I guess you will be needing these," and he hands you the Pokédex. This is called a Pokédex. It is a tool that automatically records data of the Pokemon that you battle and catch. This will be the primary way that you can assist me with my... As I've said,
OBS disconnected again.
plenty of other great researchers have already contributed so much to the field. It will be hard to come up with something original. I was primarily planning to take the data you both collected to see what inspired me from that. Bonnie says, "Oh, you mean you're gonna be... You mean you're..." Bonnie says, "Oh, you mean you're gonna be... You mean you're going to prepare for a con... You mean you're going to prepare for a conference that you don't exactly know what you're gonna be presenting on?" Precisely!
Exactly.
After all, that's just about how higher education works.
That is so true.
Anyways, I would like to give you both this, and he gives you both a Pokemon egg. This...
I actually forgot what that egg's supposed to be. When I read that in the script, I was like, wait, I totally forgot about this. I do not remember. I'm sure it was supposed to be a Pokemon that was supposed to either evolve with friendship or mega evolve at some point, like a Riolu, but you get... I think I still make it so you get the Lucario. I don't even remember anymore. Like, I don't think it's Riolu. I straight up don't know what's in the egg.
It's a Pokemon.
And the fact that you and Bonnie get them implies, hi Tito, implies that it's the same Pokemon shared between both of you. And her team, she has a starter, she has a Trevenant, a Dedenne, she gets Zygarde in the post game. I don't even Diggersby, like, hi Tito. Down. Down. Woo! 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 I'm gonna get him some ice. He really likes ice as a toy. But yeah, I straight up don't remember what that egg was supposed to be. All right, I'm back. Whoa, Tito. All right. Oh, actually, let me check this work thing real quick. I also work as a trivia jockey, so like I'm supposed to get a like I do trivia at places. And they're supposed to send me a schedule for this week, but I haven't gotten it yet. Like the schedule I have only goes up to this past week. Yeah, I don't have this week's schedule yet. Yikes. Anyways.
Keeping it in your party and walking around with it will...
Yeah, I do not know what this egg was supposed to be.
cause it to hatch. Now, I'm not sure what species of egg this Pokemon is, or... but I know I can entrust one to each of you. Sure thing, Professor. We'll
So
take
Trevor
good care.
didn't even know.
Professor, I know you will. Well, your journey through the rest of Kalos awaits. Do either of you know what you'll be doing? Bonnie says that she'll be visiting her brother at Prism Tower. Ah, yes, Clement, such a great man he's turned out to be. Carson, if you are taking on the gym challenges, you should probably head towards Geosinge Town. It is a ways away, through the Parfum Palace and Sillage City, but I know you can make it. And then you can go on. You enter Parfum City.
all the way over here. Parfum Palace. Was this not a location in the anime? What? Okay. Okay, no, it was. It did have an anime appearance. .png. Okay. I need like a butler. Transparent NPC. Maybe I'll just do like Alfred. Alfred Pennyworth. Save image as .png. We're gonna do the Alfred from the Batman from 2004, which is the goated Batman show. Just letting you know, standing on business here. 205 is a big number. 205 something. There we go. Okay, we're at Parfum Palace. I think I'll do. This is another work call. I'll be back. Whoa, Tito. Down. Okay. I'll be back. Check, check. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that delay. Um, had to take care of some of that work stuff I was talking about earlier. So, I know that I said I was going to finish this thing at Parfum, and then we were going to do rematch. But, since it's been a while, I think we're just going to do it now. I'm also getting a little hungry. I had a pretty big lunch. Did this save? I feel like it's saved. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's saved. OBS, window capture. Yup. Alright, let's boot up some rematch. Check, check. Boop. Check, check. Okay. Making sure all my settings are right. Badu, 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 da, badu, badu. No, that's not it. Hold on. There we go. Oh, where do I want to put the camera? Maybe up here? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there. Let's do that for now. Bop. Oh, hold on. It's stuck. Why is it stuck? Hold on. Window capture? What? It doesn't see the game. It sees like the loading screen. Check. Let me move around some on my... Okay. Now let me try. Window capture. Why is it doing that? Hmm. Maybe if I build it from scratch again. Window capture. Nope.